So if we saying a man is somebody who takes responsibility for themselves and the things around them, I mean that's something that you should be from the time you get something that's yours as a young boy. You should be making that transition. It's not a quick transition. I think it's a long transition because you're developing habits and learning skills and getting feedback. Learning about yourself. So I think it's kind of I don't say a lifelong process, but it's one that starts very young.
What's good? What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Apartment 4A. Fellas, what's been going on, man? How y'all be?
We back, baby.
Oh, welcome back, man. Eric been gone for a month.
Bruh. I've been down, and then I've been worse than down, man, but I'm back now. We out here.
He's back to back like the champs.
Back and better than ever, man.
I know that's right. JP, what's going on, brother?
Man, can't call it, dog. Just trying to. Happy to see Eric back. Like Jordan wearing what 4-5-2-3.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You see the 4?
That's good, man. Welcome everybody back. We had a lot of things going on these last couple of weeks. Importantly for most of us, because we all enjoy it. Football is officially back, so we are excited about that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of exciting pro games, even crazier college games. So we've been wild. Oh man, JP got put out. Son put him on.
I'm telling you.
Keep trying to do stuff without me.
So put you in timeout. Yeah, man.
Good, man. But we happy to have that back, man, and kind of get everything up and rolling now.
Oh yeah, man. Football being back on just do something to you, man.
For sure, man. We ought to have a contract for all the folks who don't watch it, all the wives. Hey, I'm gonna be busy, basically from Thursday to Sunday every week for at minimum 3 hours. Closer to 6.
Yeah, disregarding the yelling or foot stomping you hear.
Right.
I'm okay. Everything is okay.
I hear you quitting. The Vikings gonna take an L tomorrow. They probably will. That's all good. It's all good. I ain't gonna act like the Eagles just played awesome last week. They did struggle a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Somebody
been getting all the players. Jalen Hurts might be hurt next week.
Hey man, don't put that on that man. Do not put that on that man.
Just saying, if all the quarterbacks.
Oh no.
If all the quarterbacks get hurt, Vikings can win the Super Bowl.
Hey. Look, speaking of quarterbacks getting hurt, that doggone Aaron Rodgers, boy.
Hey.
That man crumpled. He crumpled like tissue paper out there in that field.
He's following his mentor footsteps. He left Green Bay, went to the Jets.
Who? Boy. Hey, man, playing in New York just different too, man.
Yeah.
That's different than playing in Green Bay. Ain't nobody in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You in New York? The Jets?
Yeah.
The Jets might not never win another game again. It's gonna be at least 1 million people that's fans.
Absolutely. They gonna watch it. New York, that's the big city, man. People gonna come out there and watch it. And just because Aaron Rodgers was there, they coming to watch them lose. So
exactly. Oh man.
But like you said, it's a bad situation for the Jets, man. They had all the preseason hype. They had everybody drinking the Kool-Aid. But them darn Bills poured some salt in that Kool-Aid quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Bro.
And the Bills still lost. They're like, how you
bro, that's right. That's gotta be crazy. Like if you was gonna win any game, you couldn't cobble together a W against the doggone Jets
without their quarterback.
Without their quarterback, bro. But their problem was their quarterback.
Yeah.
He literally threw it away.
No.
I'm like, how?
Hey, I don't know, man. And since this episode is basically what would you do? Let's start with them. If you are the GM of the Jets, Aaron, you spent all this time and money in getting the Jets in, bringing in new receiver. You brought in his offensive coordinator. What would you do? What would you do? What up, Chad? What up? Man, line brother and that boy. What's up, boy?
Man, I tell you this, I have no clue. Maybe after I finish crying in the corner, I start trying to put together some story to get the team spirits back up. They're gonna need it.
Well,
Quentin say call Cam or Kaepernick. Kaepernick, they played in 14 years, man. You can't bring him back.
You saw the last time Cam didn't play.
Shoot.
I will say the GM and coach came out real supportive of Zach Wilson, and they told me
they had to.
Yeah, they had to, and I think that's the right move because it's tough losing your quarterback right at the beginning of the season. Trust me, I know. And
I know too.
Yes, yeah, right. So you just got to rally in and get behind somebody. So I think they did the right move in that, though.
Yeah.
I seen some memes around there said they should call Tom Brady.
I see what him running on the field.
Not that he would accept, but they say he should at least make the call. He should at least make the call.
Like, hey, Tom, you got one more in you?
I think I got like Rod.
Man, you know Tom Brady be out there. He ain't got nothing else to do.
I think I got 45 touchdowns left in me. Let's see if he
Like take another team to the Super Bowl. Guess I could,
You have a bed right next to Rodgers.
Hey man, I always nothing bad on nobody.
Like fours and 10 and Dan.
Quentin say he try to trade for that.
Wow.
You trade for somebody.
Dang,
I say this.
Stafford ain't finna leave. Stafford ain't finna leave Ryan right now. Shoot, Stafford probably on the back end of his career. He ain't gonna be out there too much long.
I'm not. Yeah, I want to leave Los Angeles. I had to retire out there, baby.
Yeah.
But
I ain't going over to learn a whole new system.
But see, the hard part about the Jets, you said they trying to rally behind him and all that. But from the Zach Wilson side, staying, I don't know if y'all already talked about it. But you got to think when they made it public that they was trying to get Aaron Rodgers, like everybody on the team, like tweeting and we gonna get a real quarterback. We got a real quarterback. So now, bam, he gone.
Mm-hmm.
We back with Zach attack.
Yeah.
But you remember all But you remember all the BS Zach did like last year?
True, exactly. On both, exactly. So to me, I mean, they doing the right thing to make that push for him. But I mean, are they really gonna be? Is the team really gonna be into it? I mean, boy, Gary Wilson, he hurt. He's sad. He's sad.
Shit, I will be
sad. So, what your boy he said? Aaron Rodgers told him. He said, "I'm sorry, kid."
They said, "Well, I love you, man.
I love you, man. I'm sorry, kid." Like, oh man.
So,
hey man,
Chad say, I would send him to a special with all that money they paid him and have him back on the field next week. You gonna play or bring me that horse? Shoot him up or suit him up.
Hey man, he ain't lying. Hit him with that spray and wrap it up. Put him back out there, man.
I don't think they're gonna really work for Rodgers, But I feel you though. I feel
you don't need your legs to throw.
Well, actually, they coming out with a lot of people are not taking the Achilles surgery and allowing it to rehab itself.
No, that means Aaron Rodgers gonna retire then if he gonna do that.
Yeah,
right.
It's over with.
It's over with for
Yeah,
him.
Yeah,
yeah.
he out for the season at least. So I
Well,
Yeah,
mean,
he put the message there. Said he coming back.
yeah, he'll come back
nah,
in.
he out for this.
The
He
only
out for
way
the
he,
season.
No,
the
yeah, I ain't
only
talking
way,
about this season. He talking about
Oh
yeah,
no,
the only
I'm
way he
guessing
make
next
it back
season.
this season, they had to make the Super Bowl,
No,
nah.
and
If
then
they
he
made the
would
Super Bowl, I'm definitely not putting Aaron ass back in there.
yeah.
That
However they
ain't
made
not.
it to
That
the
is not
Super
happening.
Bowl, they need to keep that same formula.
Yeah, tell you.
But Achilles, nah. That people say it's a year surgery. I mean, a year injury. Man, that thing really like 18 months,
yeah,
19 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah, he done.
you up in age, they're gonna just extend
Yeah,
your your time
yeah,
to heal back.
yeah.
So when Father Time called, man, everybody stop ignoring that call. Better answer.
No, that
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers ain't out there conditioning. He out there going to the mountain, trying to find himself and stuff.
it's, that's
You
all he
know,
need. Go in this dark room, a couple of mushrooms, he'd be good.
you right, you
He'd
right,
be good for something else. It won't be football.
you right. You be good.
Watching the Jets on TV, maybe.
Shit.
That'll
So,
be it.
keeping with the football theme, of course, we've been talking about what would you do in these situations. So we just talked about the New York Jets and what they would do or what they should do now. But keeping with that football theme, there was a story put out earlier today. I don't know, some people might have saw it on Facebook, but it was sent to us. And so we're gonna read it out, see what everybody would do. We uh talked about it a little bit this morning, but we really didn't go into detail. So today, my 15-year-old son called to tell me that he quit football, that he quit the football team. He then told me that after he quit, his unethical coach made him strip down to his underwear in front of 30 plus students and publicly shamed and embarrassed him to get the uniform back. And the coach berated and coach also told him that he would send him back to Holly Springs. So y'all know it's in Mississippi. I am disgraced with this type of hazing and discrimination from a person who is supposed to be an inspirational leader to young men. If he was, if he was, if he was girl, this, if he was a girl, okay, this would not have happened. I am calling for his immediate resignation before this happened to someone else's child. The incident has left my son open to being bullied by his peers, and he is so embarrassed that he's refusing to go to school at all. Shame on any adult to do this to a child, let alone a child that trusts you and your judgment. I wouldn't want to play for this kind of person. So, in that situation, what would you do?
I wouldn't be on Facebook.
I feel you.
I'll tell you that at the gate. That's the
Yeah, I
last place I'm
mean,
gonna be. I might be at the school, I might be in jail, I might be somewhere, and they're gonna be typing on Facebook.
yeah, I'm with Eric on that. I don't think I'm gonna go to social media first, but upon getting that from my child, and I think we've talked about this before in other podcasts. You know your child, so you
Mm,
know what it is. So in my case, I'm like you say, I'm gonna be at the school. We gonna talk. We gonna see what the situation is, what really happened, and we gonna handle it accordingly. Like I say, going to Facebook and all that, and just putting it out there. Now you got your narrative out there. We talked a little about that
mhm,
earlier. So it's like, and from
yeah.
what and I haven't seen a lot about it. I just saw that initial post. So I don't know if other people have said anything about it or anything. But right now, like that's the only thing that's out there. That's the only thing people are judging the whole situation off of.
Yeah.
I agree, man. I wouldn't call for that, man. Somebody gonna have to see me, because if you just wanted the jersey back, just get the jersey back. I could have brought you the jersey myself. You didn't have to make that man strip in front of all the players talking about how overweight he is or whatever. You know, just
Yeah.
ask for the jersey back, man. Tell him bring it back tomorrow. If for real, if even he felt like he wasn't good enough to play, or it was the coaching style why he didn't want to play from the first place. And so I really don't know why the boy didn't want to play no more, but he ain't have to put him out there like that. But I'm with you too, Eric. I most definitely wouldn't. Facebook wouldn't be the place for me to run and tell everybody about that.
I'm gonna speak on both sides. I'm gonna speak as a parent. I'm gonna speak as just regular old Joe that's been in situations. As a parent, the first thing that I would have did, me and my son would went up there and would have talked to the coach, figure out what happened, what went on. All right, right. Like I said, I went to social media. I went and did none of this. I would have immediately went up there and we would have had a discussion. If the discussion was not any way that I like, then I'd have went up the ladder with it and went that way with it. I wouldn't have, like I said, just went to social media because there's three sides to the story. My side, your side, and the truth. Right. So, and like you said, you got to know your child. So going back to what led to, all of this happening and going from there. Now, on the other side of the fence, being in the situation and being around situation a whole lot similar before, I'm pretty sure what was said was you could take my stuff off and go. And the child could have been spiteful enough to remove his clothes, because some kids do that, and walked out trying to show his tail. So, and that's the whole thing I don't like about this, like you said, about the parent putting their narrative out there when two sides of the story hasn't had a chance to defend themselves. So, but in essence, going back to what she put, biggest thing that I would have did would have been, me and my child, we went out there, we would have had a good conversation with the coach. But on the coaching end and how this story been brought out, and I just don't see nobody making nobody dress in front of them. I'm telling you, I'm 99.9% positive that man didn't say, take your clothes off right now and walk. He probably said, get my stuff back if you want to quit. But how kids are nowadays, a lot of them try to do spiteful and stupid stuff like that. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's true. It's two sides to every story. We don't know what the whole situation was, so we do have to kind of take that into account. I will say if it went anywhere closer with the parents said, oh yeah, there'll be some furniture move.
But see, and that goes back to like you said, how the parent put it out there, and dealing with kids. I'm telling you, nobody. That's what I'm saying. I can't see nobody saying that or doing it. And then, like you said, sometimes you can over dramatize some things too. Because I've been in several different locker rooms, and every locker room is very, very unique, very, very unique. And a lot of people don't. A lot of kids do a lot of crazy stuff in them locker rooms that their parents don't know about. And I ain't saying, extreme, but these kids keep secrets to themselves too now. Yep. So I just think that's
yeah, man.
I agree. Definitely one side of the story, Always good to get both sides.
But sticking with the kids, and because you brought it up, the kids, they keep secrets too. This one in particular, it says, my son made a private admission to me and asked to not tell my wife. What would you do? He said, he has a 7-year-old stepson, and he's been through some tough times and whatnot. He said the little man wets the bed still and wears a pull-up at night. Wakes up with a wet pull-up every morning without fail. Fine, no big deal. We try not to go hard on that since he's been through so much in recent history. But just recently on a semi-camping trip we went on where we had time to talk in private, he straight up told me that a lot of times he actually just pees in the pull-up at night on purpose. Not because he's scared of the dark. He just does it. I suggested gently that if that's the case, does he want to maybe try going without the pull-up for a while? Tried to hype up the benefits of being done with that, etc., etc. However, he was 100% adamant that he doesn't want to quit nighttime pull-ups and begged me not to spill the beans to my wife. he seemed almost scared by the thought of not wearing pull-ups anymore. In the meantime, he's nervously asked me if it's okay with him continue wearing pull-ups at night. So far, I have not given him an answer either way, but I'm assuming it's not going to be addressed before too long. So, what would you do? 7-year-old is deliberately peeing in the bed, but he got to pull up on, but he's doing it because he got to pull up on. And he tells you in private and asks you not to tell mama.
But you threw another little word out there too that make it still delicate. It's stepson.
Yeah. It's his stepson. Yeah.
No, that need to be addressed ASAP. Immediately. You know how much pull-ups cost?
7-year-old pull-ups.
Can you imagine buying pull-ups for 7 years?
Yeah, I know this.
Just because he want to? But between that and also, you need to be a man. Even if you don't address him the way you would if he was your own flesh and blood, something need to be done about it. Talk to the mama. You could be a mediator or something like that, because he knows she probably gonna flip out, try to kill him or something like that if she find out. That's probably why he's scared. But it got to stop. He can't go on, man.
Yeah, you right about that. You who buying them boy that pull up though? That boy
probably him. He probably got part-time job buying pull-ups.
Stepdad.
But yeah, like Eric said, you gotta address the situation. If you try to build a relationship, you still gotta address it and make it work. You know, I like you say, build a relationship, talk to him first, and then you still gotta tell your wife, you know, but let him kind of go. And then if he's still doing it on purpose, shoot, let her walk in there and tell her to go pull the covers out, and then let her, you know, at the end of the day, y'all still got y'all trust. But yeah, they got, like Eric said, they got to be addressed quick, man. You know.
Yeah. I can understand if he was having a situation or a problem, something like that. But just straight up to admit that I'm doing this because I just want to, because that can lead to so much more. That can lead to so much. I'm just doing it because I want to. Like,
Bruh.
He gonna have to. He would most definitely have to understand what a wet bed feel like, because we ain't buying no more pull-ups. If you don't like sleeping in a wet bed, you're gonna start peeing.
Well, look, I tell him one time, I'm like, so I appreciate you confiding in me. Immediately, no more pull-ups.
Yeah,
you done. No, and if you pee in the bed, I'm gonna assume you did it on purpose. I'm just being honest with you.
Ricardo,
at this point,
easily $90 to $100 a month for pull-ups.
Bro, and pull-ups are designed to hold that kind of. I got 8-year-old. Bro, they ain't built like that. You buying the pins at this point,
man.
That's
what I'm saying. He's 7.
You buying and it stink too.
You can't get no cheap 7-year-old pull-up.
Yeah, ain't no deals on them.
Nah,
them don't go on sale.
Ever no coupons or nothing for that.
No, they're like, oh, these for grown folks. They got money.
And like you said, you know, he's 7-year-old. That's grown folks pee. That ain't little kid.
Yeah.
No clear pee. It's yellow and everything.
Yeah. That ain't formula and, you know, with little oatmeal crispy snacks. That's real food. He eating mashed potatoes and fried chicken.
That's bad situations.
Yeah.
And like I said, it ain't no drip. It's piss.
Yeah.
You like it's piss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He'll just.
But Ricardo makes a point here, though. You don't want to betray his trust, but how do you withhold information from your spouse? And so that's kind of the thing.
So here's the thing. It's trust and respect, right? So the thing that he's going to trust is that you're going to do the right thing in the future. Because it's like, dude, you're not going to be trying to earn the trust of a 7-year-old his entire life. At some point, you're going to
have to earn the trust of a 12-year-old, a 16-year-old, 18, 21, an adult. And you doing what needs to be done, providing that structure, and not letting him just do whatever you want to do. There's value in that, right? The trust comes in like you telling him. Like, you know, it'd be different if you tell him, "Oh yeah, I won't tell," and then you go and tell. You got to be straight up with him and be like, "Hey, I gotta be honest with you. What you doing is outrageous. Like, this is crazy. Me and your mom gonna talk about it. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna calm her down. I'm gonna try to help you out as much as I can, but this got to stop, right?" And maybe like Willie said, you gotta put it in his hands. Like, hey, you can't keep doing this. You can stop on your own, you know, and I won't tell her, or me and her gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna let her address you. Like, it's got to quit though.
Yeah. Taylor's in the house. He just made it in.
Too easy.
Yes, sir.
Where you coming back from now? Zimbabwe?
I think it was Timbuktu
2 months ago.
I think it was Timbuktu last week.
Yeah.
The mean streets of Hattiesburg. These kids picking up and they want to act a fool, so I gotta act a fool at 9:00 at night. I apologize for the action.
Hey, we charge you for being late, dude. We charge you for being late. We'll talk about the fines later.
Yes, sir.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna accept any fines.
JP been on time for the first time since the first episode.
I'm telling you.
Since the first episode.
He must got a
Hey, look, right? I logged in. I seen JP on here. I was like,
hey. Know what I got a notification on Facebook. I said, JP, he ain't gonna
see what happened when you log on, JP? You on time, man. It made us all be better. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they saw JP say the show over and we done.
I never been on this early. A time change or something? My goal is to go and come in 5 minutes before it's over.
And JP, he ain't in the car. He ain't at what?
Walmart.
He ain't the car, the gas station, or Walmart.
Right. Like, he at home. It must be 11:00.
Got to be.
My wife changed my clock, so I've been an hour early on everything today.
Hey, shout out to Mrs. Puffers, man. She the real MVP today. She done pulled the whole podcast together today.
Oh man, shout out. Oh, so now we know what we should do to get JP on time. Tell him an hour here. All right, so here we go. Another one. What would you do? Here we go. I have a genuine question. If you find out your significant other, co-worker, or opposite gender, or maybe even same gender, have been messaging your significant other, especially when you're married, late at night, almost every day, call them and talk to them for hours and hours, and they hang out together without you knowing. I recently found out my husband has been texting this girl he works with almost every day. And saw that they talked on the phone for hours past midnight when I was sleeping, of course. They also hung out and he lied about it. I saw the text on his phone that he had a great time hanging out with her and vice versa. She's been spilling her sappy life story to him and always asks what he's up to. One late night when he was supposed to be with me, she messaged him saying that she was at the bar and asked him what he was doing. To me, as a wife, I see that as a person seeking attention from my husband and crossing boundary. He claims it's harmless, and I let him be friends with anyone. But don't you need to set boundaries in a relationship? Am I crazy to think that way? Because that's what I was told by him. What would you do?
Sound like she the girlfriend, the other lady. Wow.
Exactly.
What you say? Will she the live inside piece?
Yeah. I mean, it's just so many red flags in that thing. Like, I mean, initially, if it's something like that going on, you get you peep all this late night call texting. First, I'm gonna address my spouse. I mean, what is this? What is what is going on here? Now, if it continues, I mean, you got the proof is in the pudding. I mean,
Yeah. You gotta bust a move after that.
And the issue is the thing is, even though it may not be nothing going on physically, something going on emotionally.
Absolutely.
I mean, every single time when emotions, what a woman wants is emotions, but what a guy needs is physical. So you may feel like, hey, there's nothing going on. We're just talking. I'm just being a friend, but that's something to her. And then it's to the point because they are that emotionally connected, they're going to become physically connected because that's something to him.
You right?
Yeah. Yeah, she waiting in the wings. All it takes that one time for him to come, like, man, wife getting on my nerves, all this stuff. She like, let you hear
they way past that point.
Oh yeah, like you said, she waiting at the bar to come on by. It's not.
He like, I'm with my wife. I'm at the bar though.
Right.
Ricardo say she's in a polygamous relationship and don't know it. He also say, ain't nothing open after midnight but Waffle House and legs.
I'm saying. It's the red,
right there.
It's the red flag.
Yeah, it's most.
I don't even know that's red. That's red, yellow, blue, white. Yeah, that's all the flags.
It's an emotional relationship, and it's one of those things. Depending on how long this been going on, whether something has already happened, they just ain't been caught. I'm not saying that he is, but once emotions kind of get involved, like Terrence said, any little small thing could change everything.
But see, like you said, they got caught because you know about it, and he still keep doing it to him.
Well, they got caught talking. They ain't got caught doing nothing else, talking and going out to eat. But I'm saying, if you got caught doing something like that and your spouse felt some type of way, you continue to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I said,
if I'm sleeping, my spouse is on the phone talking.
It's funny, ain't it, Willie?
to her coworker while I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, it's about to be smoking.
Midnight, 1 in the morning. You wake up to go to the bathroom. You still on the phone?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the real problem is the line, because he ain't goofy. He ain't just unaware or oblivious. You lie about stuff you didn't want somebody to know about.
That's true.
I mean, you're doing something you ain't no damn business doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for
Leave
sure.
it at that.
That's for sure. That's the good old emotional affair. That's what he got going on.
Oh yeah, he built a whole relationship. I guarantee that's probably how he started out with his wife, talking, going out to eat, sharing stories. My boyfriend ain't crap. My girlfriend ain't crap.
Next thing you know, y'all married with 2 kids.
Walking down the aisle,
waiting to go to the bar.
Waiting to go to the bar. Waiting to go to that bar.
Yeah, man. So he ain't that stupid.
Yeah, he know what the deal is. So I mean, so if that's the case, I mean, we already know. Why not just leave it away?
Yeah.
Like if he gotten that emotional with her and feel that he need her,
because we want to have this cake and eat it too. He's gonna do the both until he can't do it anymore. Either one of them, even to the he said, "Hey, I need more," or the girlfriend said, "Hey, I don't want this anymore."
Right.
Or the wife said, "I don't want this anymore." One or the other.
And I mean, in the story, it ain't necessarily him saying that he needs her. I mean, he's kind of saying he's trying to be there for her in this time.
Man, Willie, you don't stop all this.
His attachment is not his attachment upon him to me is not really there. So like Terrence saying, I feel like it falls upon her. If she cuts it off, it is what it is.
No.
I think he just going with the flow.
He liked it. She wanted attention, and he liked the attention. He liked that somebody come to her, tell him whatever. Yeah, I think he eating it up.
Yeah, because he lying about it. That ain't going with the flow.
Is he really? Is he really? Is he really
You ain't
lying?
got the lie. You ain't got the lie, Craig.
Is he really lying?
I guess he ain't lying if you know now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying. she
Nah,
wake up
man.
go,
She gonna have to. She gonna have to elevate that. You know, this pebble rock boulder. That's something that either it stop or the relationship over type thing. Because you know where it's gonna lead.
So what now? I'm sorry.
No, like what Terrence Willis said earlier, the roles are flipped. She playing the wife, and the wife playing like the girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, one of them side pieces is gonna have to give in. We'll figure out which one to do first.
Yeah, I know which one they'd be cheaper.
Hey, like your boy Carter said, hey, sister wives,
There you go.
you know,
Can
that's a
marry
big
both
show.
of them. Problem solved.
That's a big show. You know, they get paid. You know.
Okay.
So they own something.
This one says, am I the butthole for expecting my daughters to share their grandma's inheritance 50-50 regardless of the will?
Wow.
Okay. I have two daughters that were my late mother-in-law only grandchildren. She favored one over the other. But she recently passed a little over a year ago. And we got a letter in the mail about a trust that she set up about a decade ago. There isn't much about it, about $30,000. The trust states that it's supposed to be shared equally between her grandchildren and can only be fully dispensed when the youngest is 21. The only two grandchildren are my daughters. We asked about it and I'm sorry, I skipped some. The only two grandchildren are my daughters, and the youngest one just turned 21. We asked about it and it got the answer that unfortunately the oldest daughter is eligible to withdraw, is the only one eligible to withdraw any of the trust because the grandmother set up a clause that only anyone who had a child before the minimum age to inherit is automatically disqualified. In short, if one of the grandchildren has a baby before the age of 21, they get $0 and their portion goes to the other heir. So the youngest daughter has a 2-year-old son, and she just turned 21. So the oldest daughter gets 100% of the heir. My wife wants to just let it go and ignore that it ever exists, and just call it whatever. But they're fighting over whether they should split the inheritance 50-50. It's $30,000 on a plot of land.
What's the fight? The oldest did what she's supposed to do. Kept her legs closed, and the youngest did. Balls in there, and you got to her will.
The baby daughter is the favorite though. The baby daughter is the favorite though.
For what they say here,
they grandparents now. They got to take care of their grandbaby.
What they say here, the oldest was actually the favorite because she went into the same business that her grandma had.
Oh,
yeah.
So she didn't have any children. She inherited 100% because her younger sibling had a child at 19. And so the parents are trying to convince the oldest to go ahead and split it 50-50 anyway, because I guess because she got a child. And but that ain't what we'll say.
That's what I'm about to say. Sadly, I mean, within the legal terms of the trust, that's what it is. I mean, you can ask, you can plead. It's gonna be upon that daughter if she chooses to. She gotta live with her choice. Either I'm gonna share it or I ain't, you know. But within the legal terms of that trust, I mean, she gonna get the money.
So my question is, did they know that was a term of the trust?
They did.
From day one.
They didn't even know she had a trust after she died. They got a letter saying that your grandmother had set up a trust about 10 or so years ago, and here's the terms and everything. Like they didn't even know the trust existed until after she passed.
Well, I mean, like, so did she pass before the youngest had the baby?
Yeah. No, I don't think
No.
the baby had nothing to do with it.
The baby was 2 years old, so I don't know what condition the grandmother was in. If the grandmother was in right mind to know that she even had a great grandchild, I don't know. But the baby was born before the grandma passed.
Yeah, so she didn't know about it. I mean, that's wild. That's just a wild thing to put in the trust. Like, hey, if you have a baby, if you need this money real bad before you turn 21, you ain't gonna get it. Like,
I'm pretty sure.
that's
Hey, well, y'all seen Powell? Go tell that boy you got to go. You got
Gotta
school.
go to
You got to
school.
get these grades. You can't do this. You
no.
can't do
So,
that.
but that's before it. If you walk in there with a baby, like, hey, if you have a baby before you're 21, then you disqualified. And you're like, I already got a baby though. Like,
I'm pretty
You
sure.
already qualified.
I'm pretty sure the grandmama's standards was, hey, y'all make sure y'all y'all don't have a baby before y'all 21. She probably never told them, hey, if you do this, this is gonna happen. But I'm pretty sure that's something that she preached all in their lifetime. And
They know they grandmama.
they know exactly. They know that they correct.
So she set the trust up when they were 11 or 12. So I'm sure she didn't tell the 12 and 11-year-old that you can't have a baby before you're 21.
yeah, like
I'm pretty sure
I don't
that
know.
was like one of her yeah. This is who I am. I think y'all need to wait till y'all 21 to have a kid, or wait till y'all married.
So if you're the oldest child, oldest child, you got a younger sibling, would you split the trust?
Split? No.
I mean,
I'll buy some diapers.
I'll bless the baby with like a little $1,000 there.
Yeah, buy some diapers.
Yeah,
7-year-old pull-ups.
Throw that. Yeah. I put some on the crib. You know.
Nope, I'm not sharing it.
Hey man, gas high, man. Inflation.
30,000 go like that.
Exactly.
That's a trick to public.
And y'all not talking about this property either. This 40 acres and a mule that she got.
Yeah, we can split that. Yeah,
it don't say how much property it is, but the property basically has a greenhouse on it, and that's what the oldest girl's doing, because that's what her grandmother doing. So she kind of took on I wouldn't say the family business, but she took after her grandma doing what she was doing. So they're not really fighting over the property. The mom was like, watch that. They want to split the money.
No,
it won't be 50. It won't be 50-50.
Y'all gonna help with the greenhouse too. We about to do all this.
Pay taxes on it, man.
You come over here once and we can help out. I'll pay you.
There you go.
Matter of fact, send the 2-year-old over. Put them on the books. Get them going.
Tax right off and everything.
Yeah, get that. I'm telling you, man.
You get the
work good for everybody.
You're rich.
Yeah, get the little 2-year-old going. By the time I send him home to you, he tired, ready to be put down for the night. Where everybody wins. I keep my money. You get to sleep at night.
Oh, we spoke him up. He can get in the car.
Yeah.
He was so uncomfortable at home. He had to go to his conference.
He's like, something ain't right. I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Can't be sitting here. I'm not getting no closer to Walmart sitting on this couch. Yeah, man. 50-50 ain't. If they knew about if they knew that was the expectation of the grandmother, ain't no way they getting 50. Then they had.
Well, like I said, they didn't exactly know what the expectation was. They found out later, but I guess
the grandma was always like,
to Terrence's point, the grandma probably was already telling them, "Hey, y'all keep y'all legs closed. I don't want no extra grandbabies."
God will bless you if you.
That's exactly what you said. God will bless you if you do right. You don't have no children before you're 21. God will bless you.
The Lord look out for people like that.
Yep. Now I will say this: 21 don't mean nothing. So you just broke in 19 and you're 21, but
much. At least you can legally buy alcohol, I guess.
And to cope with the fact that you broke.
All right, so this one pretty short, but this one here is really relative to the things that's going on in today's world, especially since COVID. It's a 4-day work week for a pay cut. I'm a 32-year-old currently working 5 days a week at a company making $105K. I have an opportunity to work 4 days a week in exchange of a 20% pay cut. Would it make sense for me to take the hit and work less?
No, work 5 days a week.
So he can work 4 days a week and take a 20% pay cut, or work 5 days and make 105.
No.
20% a big 20% a big hit.
It's huge. And then the bad thing about it, they're gonna still expect that same amount of work too. You gonna do that. Ain't like they're gonna say, hey, you have a less workload, you have less days, but you still working. They still want those quotas to be met.
Yeah, how about this? How about I do 5 days worth of work in 4 days, and you pay me for 5 days, and I take off the 5th day? How about that?
It don't work.
You already, you already got me in the budget at 105. Keep that. Keep giving me the 105. I get everything done, but I only take 4 days to do it. How about that?
Ricardo say
win.
His bill won't go down 20%.
Exactly.
Hey man, y'all know this person could be he could be 65 on the downside, getting ready to retire.
He 32.
Oh, he's 32. Oh no,
You need every penny, cuz.
So he can't take 20% cut at 32.
He's 32, and his girlfriend, fiance, is on maternity leave.
Oh yeah, he tripping.
But she makes $180K a year.
Oh yeah,
she ain't making that 180 while she on.
Nah, you ain't good. Cause if she come home and be like, you know what, we got the baby, and I just really would like to spend more time with the baby.
That's why they gonna take the pay cut.
You need all 105. No, you need all 105. Cause
you want the money or you want the quality time?
No.
I'm guaranteeing your wife will say, go to work.
Exactly.
She making 180.
Now that she decides she want to come home.
And keep in mind, she's on maternity leave, so she don't get her full pay doing maternity leave. Based on whatever kind of benefits she has, she don't get that full 80,000.
She want 80. She getting some. She getting some.
She getting some, but she ain't getting that 180.
No, she definitely getting that.
Hey, and the funny thing is, on maternity leave, she getting what he get.
Yeah.
She probably getting 60%.
He got a $500K mortgage.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right.
Stop it.
And he just
got to work to pay that $4,000 a month.
And he just bought a new Corolla.
But I mean, a Corolla ain't really.
Shoot, the Corolla run you almost 30 now. Shoot.
39 and some change.
39.
Toyota Texan. Like, this car gonna last you 30 years. We need 1,000 per year. All right.
I mean,
Eric, this sounds very similar to your situation, ain't it?
No. Not at all. I ain't never looked at taking less money. To be home more.
I'll see Eric leave for more money quickly.
Oh,
he
look.
never left for less.
Oh, nah, not at all.
Side gig just to make more, not trying to negotiate less.
Shoot.
An
extra day at home to think about how I'm not making what I could be making. I'm good.
I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to work.
But I'm already at work. I'm gonna be at work.
But it's something worth talking about. I don't know if anybody's actually companies doing this, but got to be mindful that people may actually start asking people to do that, especially with all this being able to work from home and stuff like that. You know,
But
I'm
they're
not.
not gonna reduce your pay though. They just gonna be like, you can work 4 days here and then work a
Right.
day at home.
But
They ain't gonna be like work 4 days and don't worry about the other day, and we gonna make it up in your pay.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like some people may be looking at stuff depending on how production has been going since COVID and stuff like that. They may be looking at it like, hey, I'm getting just as much work out of part-time workers that's working from home as I paying my full-time workers. They may start hiring folks like that. Like, hey, it's gonna save me money to make these for part-time. You might tell some employee, like, we're gonna close the building, we're gonna make y'all part-time. This kind of the new deal.
And then you also got to think about if I can make some extra, if I can make more money working a little side gig while trying to get something up and going that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that I'm making on the 4 days a week, I may cut back with that, get that 20% cut where I probably make another 60 on those 3 days.
Yeah,
So
depends on what it is.
Look,
That's a lot of work, though.
hey, look, I tell you this: if you got a job that you pay you 60,000 and you only work 3 days a week, that is now my full-time job.
Exactly.
That's it.
You been
At most.
If it's seasonal work though, where you can probably like during the seasonal time, you probably make this money, but you don't make this money the whole time.
If I make 60,000 working 3 days a week for less than a whole year, that's my full-time job. I'm sorry. That type, you more than likely you ain't gonna make up that 20,000. Because here, what's gonna happen is you got a new baby on the way. You not going from working 5 days a week to being like, yeah, now I'm gonna work 7, and maybe make what I made when I was working 5. Because to be honest, 3 days a week, if you putting out 20 a year doing 3 days a week, the work-life balance ain't gonna be worth it.
Yeah, the balance not gonna be good. But if you're trying to put up a little nest egg for a while, or you trying to get some stuff taken care of, because my thing is I can make more on Friday, Saturday, Sundays that I make during the week if I'm working like a lot of side gigs where that's when all the events are. But yes, I'm not spending more time at the house. I'm spending more time on my hustle trying to get some stuff together.
That stuff getting hard.
I think if during the week that job make you 105, you ain't making more than that on the weekend. Like, I'm just being honest, man. More likely.
It depends on what area you're working in. Like with security, that's where all the money's at. That on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's where all the money's at. Monday through Thursday is more just that's the 8 to 5. But on the security from midnight, those midnight shifts, morning shifts, and all the other stuff during the weekend, where they probably gonna give you a whole lot more what you make it during the week, but they just need you on the weekend.
Hey, if that's the case, then that's something y'all can talk about.
I don't really like working weekends, so
yeah, I was about to say
right.
I don't know when you gonna get to know this. I don't know when you're gonna be a daddy or when you're gonna be a husband, but
exactly.
Like I said, to me the balance of
if you got a goal and you're trying to get some stuff, you're trying to pay off that $500,000 mortgage, so you don't have to. You do this for a year or two just to knock out that mortgage. Then you have more time to spend with the family if you're planning that way.
Yeah, I mean, when your wife making 180 though, that ain't really a
and then you
balance
gone all the
sacrifice.
time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone 24/7.
You got the baby.
I know you making 180 and you got the baby. I know you making 180 and you got the baby, but I'm gonna be going 24/7, and I'm making a little extra.
Man, let me make that 105 and then the other side make 180. I'll be the best weekend stay at home. The house will be strictly span clean. I ain't gonna lose that. No, I ain't gonna lose that 20%. No.
Right, it ain't worth it. In that case, ends meeting like MF. At that point, you just doing some stuff. Like, yeah, but we can pay it off quicker. Like, that's true. It ain't worth it.
Since we're talking about jobs and stuff like that, what would you do
I hate mine.
if your manager left a company left your company for a new company, but reached out to you a week later trying to get you to join them over there, how much would you join if it was a good manager? Y'all was always cool, never had no problem. How much of an increase would it take you to join the new company?
So I had that happen, but
Yeah, I was about to
I
say,
hated I hated that manager's guts.
Well, I
oh,
can't,
man.
not the
And
bad
he
manager.
got pushed out. I wasn't going it wasn't no dollar amount. But like with a good manager, it really depends.
Yeah.
Like 'cause if I'm where I'm at, it's for a reason. Like so
Yeah,
everything
nah.
else got to match up. I'm not gonna take no big L like that. Like I'll say I did have one situation where I was working for a company and an old manager reached out and had to take a pay cut, but also I was able to get some other stuff outside of pay for working with him. So it all balanced out.
Sounds illegal.
So no, it wasn't. It was actually the opposite of illegal. Like
I got some other
I
stuff.
got some other.
I got some other stuff.
You didn't pay me as
it
much,
was
but I got
it
some
was
other
just it was a bunch of other just like contextual stuff like everything else just worked out. Like the schedule worked out, the job we was doing worked out. Like they was actually doing real cyber. I was able to get my security clearance, but I had to take a pay cut. And so I was like, well, I'll give you like 2 years. He was like, okay, like as long as you help me get the team going and all this stuff, then we good. Like, bet.
I mean, for me, like Eric said, I didn't had that situation happen. Um, but in both situations, I couldn't. I mean, it wasn't the benefits weren't there. I mean, because at this point, I got a family, I got a mortgage, I got this, I got that, and me hopping to a new job, new company. Even though I mean, you great manager, you got a good plan. I can't
Mm,
leave the security that I have. It had to be you got to match what I got now plus.
yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's the
so
only way.
so the
Yeah.
question is then, would 25 to 30% of your salary increase be worth you moving?
I don't even need that much. Give me 10 bands.
I'm
I'm
about to
gone.
say I ain't got to know the manager to move 25,
Yeah, man.
30%.
Yeah, they give me 10 bands. I'm good.
Shit, 25, 30%. I'm going to be with the strangers. I ain't even got to know the manager.
Be with the
Shoot.
shrine.
But nah, as long as everything else match up though, because now them doggone benefits, man.
Yeah, I'm about to
Healthcare.
say now that's the other side
Shoot.
now.
I passed up on
Money,
a lot of money where I was at
yeah,
before, just because see when I started talking about benefits, it was like
man.
we can't match that. I'm like, bro, y'all got to come off a lot just
Yeah,
so I'm breaking
yeah,
even. If
yeah.
I take y'all benefits,
That's what I say. It depends on what point of life I'm at.
Yeah, we got.
If it's me before family this and that, I'm trying to get that money. Yeah,
yeah,
I can dip a dab in. You know, I can still bounce back if it don't work, but not where I'm at now. I can't risk. You can't
yeah.
risk it because if it don't work out, can I go back to my
Mhm.
old job? Am I back in the state where I gotta find another totally new job? Like
Mm,
I ain't in that business of starting over. Well, man, at
nah,
this age of my life, so
not at all.
yeah,
I need that to be solid.
man, for real, it's got to be super solid.
But it's funny because, like I said, I never worked in the same spectrum that y'all worked in. But it's an problem. But a situation like that happen with us all the time. Like I said, even like if I was assistant coach or head coach somewhere else, and another principal superintendent got the job, a lot of people do that just
Yeah.
Mhm.
because it's in this business you got to be able to work with somebody lawyer, but also uh it's just different in our industry. So a lot of people will take that jump.
Well, that's how it was when I worked in city government. Because anytime if you get a new mayor or you get a new board, get anything like that, a lot of times they want to bring their own people in. So it's them bringing in a new crew, new people, but at the same time, some of them last, some of them don't. That's the risk in taking those jobs. Like I'm gonna come with you. I know I'm gonna be there for 2 to 4 years. I got that. I'm there.
Mhm.
But after that, it's like okay, because it doesn't just depend on your job. It also
Mhm.
depends on that manager or that mayor's job, how they're doing, because that can affect you as well.
I left a lot of jobs, but I never left a job because somebody asked me to come over because I had a relationship with them, or I was going over to make more money. I usually go to jobs because I want another experience, not because of the people or the money, because of the experience. That's why I go. So none of that really applies. I never really looked at the money. I never really looked at the people. I looked at the how can I get some good stories out of this job.
I don't want no story. I want the cash.
Yeah.
The stories the stories last longer than the money.
Hey, I appreciate the
Alright.
stories, Terrence.
Yeah.
Always appreciate a good story, man.
You tell me your story. That's why we
Yeah.
friends.
Mhm.
So, there's a person that made a comment. I ain't gonna read the whole thing, but to kind of sum it up, they have a job right now, and they've been offered another job. The current job they have, they make $81,000. Good benefits. The difference is they have to do a lot of traveling. They have to use their own vehicle to travel, but the mileage and maintenance is paid for. But they do a lot of traveling, and they get 2 weeks paid vacation every year. Okay. On the new position, the benefits are about the same. They're basically identical. The difference is they don't have to do any travel, but they only get 1 week paid vacation. But it is $20,000 less. Now, the current job that this person is in is not that it's a good job, but it's not their ideal job. It's not really what they want to do. They're just doing it. But the second job is less money, but it's what they want to do.
I'm going with the experience. I'm going with my heart. Me personally.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, my bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey,
To each his own. What people can do
yes.
that.
Yeah, somebody got to work that job. There'll be somebody.
I
It
tell
won't
you
be
what,
me. Hey, not for less money and less vacation.
Going from
Yeah.
81 to 61 and less vacation.
No, that's
You in a whole new world. You ain't
I
got
tell
no
you what, hey,
But
I got some advice for him.
uh-huh.
You take that job. You go take that job. But you send me the information on your previous job. And I promise you, I will help whoever it is find a young black male candidate. I'm just
So
so you have to feel
your
you have to
job.
feel the gap.
I left
the
a
way
couple
to
jobs because they even where it had more money and more benefits, but I left because I wanted to run a gun. I want to go run around chase bad guys.
so the way this
Hey,
person
somebody got to do it.
Thank you.
the way this person was describing this job is basically the $80,000, $81,000 job is it's a very stressful job. It's very demanding, and they want to leave. The job that's less money is the job they want to do, but it's $20,000 less.
It sounds like
I
it's
said,
$20,000 less because they're doing less.
yeah. Just send me that information. Send me the job info.
Can your lifestyle afford to take a $20,000 pay cut?
Don't tell you.
I feel you want to do what you want to do, your passion.
Yeah.
I feel that. But
You can establish a new lifestyle.
Nah,
I just told you that whole starting over thing, that ain't the move.
Cadillac in for that Corolla.
Hey, look, I don't know how they get it, but it seems like every time them bills always know what's on my pay stub, man.
Always.
They always know, man.
Never
And when they see
fail.
that pay stub go up, they be right there with it. Like, oh, this what we doing now? Okay.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
they care.
Go down.
Gas,
if
food.
if you try it, when that pay stub goes down, those bills goes down too.
Yeah, nobody be happy.
Yeah,
The happiness go down too.
Nah, you gotta think about Cuz now. He said he doing a lot of traveling now, so he ain't really at the house. His bills at the house probably ain't that much. Now he gonna be at the house, racking up the electric bill, the gas bill, the light. He can be watching more ESPN.
They said they paying for the maintenance on the car. They didn't say they paying for his meals. They paying for all these other little.
They paying for the. They paying for the meals.
If they paying maintenance on the car, he getting a per diem.
They did not say that right.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm gonna give you some more details. Kayla asked a question: is there room for growth, pay raise after a certain time frame? Okay, so just give you a little more details. The current job, they get $10,000 perks for mileage, company, CC, and they can use for lunch, dinner, and on the road expenses.
Yep.
The other company, it's an entry level position, lower pay, and expected to be on site every day, so they don't have to travel.
You going to the entry level. You start your whole career over again.
At that entry level,
your resume gonna say, "Good job, entry level." They gonna say, "Sarah, where did you do this?"
Put it like this: I got 7 more years left. I got 7 more years left to retire. I still want that job. Give me your job. All right, and I would take yours in a heartbeat. Even though I got 7 more years left, I still want you.
So Caleb, the job that he's moving to is in a big company, or that he want to move to is in a big company. So there is room to grow, but there's no direct path. You know, he would have to make that path for growth.
I'll tell you like this.
Sound like
the time it would take him to make up that 20K, it ain't gonna be worth it, because it ain't no way. Because at a minimum, you got to work 3 years before you go from junior to mid level, more than likely. That's 60 racks you lost if you just stay where you was at.
Man, if you are going to that job, you got a smile on your face every single day, and you Mr. Jolly in the workplace. I like to be Mr. Jolly. I like to be happy.
Hey, a wise man once told me, it don't matter what you like to do. If you like drinking beer, watching football, I'll give you 2 weeks for you tired of it. If you gotta do it 40 hours a week. There is no such thing as a pure blissful job. Like everything gonna have its issues.
I agree with that.
One of the issues I can't have is my bills. I can't be working and my bills are being paid.
There's no such thing as a pure blissful job, but there is a such thing as a hellish job that it will suck the life out of you. Right or wrong?
That's true.
Yeah. Now I feel. I think
that's true.
Now if his job is that bad, he need to pursue all avenues.
Yeah. Not just this one that pay 20 less.
Entry level.
Yeah.
Sound like he got some experience. So I think he can do a little better than that.
Yeah.
Them dead people.
Yes, because so you start getting that new check, then that new job ain't gonna, the happiness ain't gonna be quite as happy when you start getting that new check.
Yeah, that happiness ain't gonna be hidden like that.
I've been happy many times with less money, with better experience. I'm just saying, for me personally, y'all haven't tried it. If y'all try, y'all probably so the option to come out, y'all step out there. What's wrong with you?
Hey, I'm taking the pay. I'm taking the pay cut. Yeah, I'm taking the pay cut.
I don't know. I ain't trying to go down. That's all I can say.
Listen. It's a spring. Right. This spring will go up higher. It's like, look at it. It's like going down. It's like you are bouncing, like you stoop down so you can jump higher.
Yeah, bro.
No, you like going down the tunnel.
You give me your job information real quick. Let me figure it out. I got my resume.
They only want 4 years. They only want a 4-year contract. They're gonna clothe you. They're gonna give you travel. They're gonna give you per diem. They're gonna let you do work. You ready to sign up?
The new job ain't no travel. The new job ain't no travel. You at home. It's locals. 8 to 5. You there?
No, JP said, give me that job that you don't want. I said, this is all. Here's the benefits. You get to travel the world. You get retirement. You get life insurance. They paying for your retirement, your life insurance. They let you travel the world. They're giving you an outfit every single day. You got to think about dressing up. They're giving you have a clear path to the next level.
Hey, one of his years count towards his retirement at the new job?
Say it again.
Will his years count towards retirement at the new job?
Yeah.
So you already in motion, JP.
You be all you can be.
Sign him up. Yeah, man.
All you can be.
Yeah.
But now you just smiling.
Now you don't want to do it, huh? He quiet.
Y'all say y'all want all this stuff until y'all have to shoot somebody to get it.
And then shoot somebody to get it.
You got to dodge a bullet here and there. Y'all, now it's too much. Now you asking.
Now we're trying to take a pay cut, huh?
No, but see, look, I never said no. I never said no. I still take it. JP said I thought about it, and you know what? Sometimes I think about shooting somebody anyway, so I might as well have to do it on the job. Wait. Hey, my better half told me, Terrence, your idea is asinine, so I can't do that. I can't be dodging no bullets. I can't move like that no more. I can't duck and dodge. Yeah, man. So I got. Hey, but if I'm gone, y'all gonna be set up for life. Y'all gonna be arguing like these on these 35.
Good. Set up good.
Set up good. I take a bullet here.
Don't get put on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
With wings and doves.
They'll get a nice flag though.
Kayla say married and or kids, stick it out, single, go for what you want. I feel you.
Oh yeah. I can't even think about being single. That just don't even, my brain ain't work like that no more. Right. Single, I do that I want to do.
Now
I eat ramen noodles.
What if you work for this last one? Then we'll go. These are pretty good. What if you work for a company and they say whatever salary they paying you, they just can't afford that no more. They can't, like, the revenue's not coming in. They can't pay you X amount of dollars. Even they gonna have to let you go, or you can take a pay cut and stay.
I'm out.
Well.
Before we finish that conversation, this is what my phone is.
I just ain't gonna
I'm on the
way. They can pay me while I'm looking for my next venture.
Oh yeah.
But I won't be there for the duration.
The search is on, cuz.
Oh yeah, the search is in full effect.
Look, like they say, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Mine always ready to go.
God, they give me that service. Severance, I mean, that's severance pay.
Yeah. You telling me like that? That is not my job. That means somebody in business development that fumbled the ball.
Yep.
It's time for me to take my talents to South Beach.
Hey, but I enjoy working with everybody.
I really did enjoy it, man. Yep. I appreciate the experience and the opportunity. And I have ChatGPT write up the rest of mine.
I really understand this situation, man. I had a job about 11, maybe 12 years ago. Well, it probably happened about 7 years ago, but I came to work on payday and they set us all down in the conference room and told us, hey, we can't make payroll today. I remember that day we sat down, we had that conversation, we couldn't make payroll. 2 weeks later, I put in my 2 week notice. I'm like, I can't work here because I can't afford going through wondering if we're gonna get paid or not. And so I had to move on.
Yeah, I had something similar happen, except it wasn't no 2 weeks. It was, hey, it's 10 o'clock. Just want to meet with everybody. We can pay y'all until 3 p.m. today. That's it.
But they were closing. They wouldn't.
No, so they weren't closing. It was just they issued to stop working the contract. They pissed off the Navy customer. And they said they weren't paying them more. So it's like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's basically how it went for us too, man. We were sitting there. Hey, we ain't gonna be able to make payroll. we try to pay everybody next week. I was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. I get you. That's fine, but just understand that I'm not gonna be in this situation for the upcoming months. I'm gonna be
I'm not gonna work at night get paid. Yeah, that's wild.
Well,
if anything, I will not get paid to not work. I'll be at home and not get paid. I ain't driving up here every day working and not gonna get paid. It's outrageous.
Ricardo make a good point. It's not my fault you can't afford me.
That's good.
Yeah, they can afford nothing. No pay, not late pay. No pay.
Yeah. Well, no, but in our case it was late, but still, I'm not going through that. Yeah.
How long y'all had to wait, Ron?
So I went.
I think that particular job we only waited a week. It might have been 2 weeks. I can't remember, but it too long for me.
Yeah, I was in a situation like that too. Friday hit, ain't no pay in the bank account, and I checked my email thread. Ever since whenever the pay is supposed to hit at like 2 o'clock, people email, hey, you get paid? Hey, you get paid. By 8 o'clock, it was like a 30 message long thread. Like, hey, did anybody get paid this Friday? Like, no. Go to work, they have a meeting. Yeah, the contractor that y'all work for, all their assets were frozen because they're under investigation by the FBI. So we're going to move you guys to another contract, and we'll have y'all pay Monday. But just want to apologize for the inconvenience. Like, if you have to pay Monday, we good. Longer than that, it's going to be a problem. Either way, I'm out because this is wild. That's crazy.
Hey, Eric, let me ask you this.
I can see Eric now. That's wild.
Yeah, bro. Like, word, Monday, off school? Yeah. Oh.
But look, what happens? What happens if that happened? Like you said, the FBI come and freeze their assets, and you working for a place.
Yeah, the money don't move, you don't get paid.
It's frozen.
So you gotta take the L.
Yeah,
it done. Yeah, it happened like that. Worked with a company in Hattiesburg, international filing company, made paper products. Worked there. But it wasn't for me. It wasn't my long-term job. But towards like it was like the summer, but the management started to change, and you could kind of tell the vibe was off, and they started bringing in all these different people, and like stuff just wasn't going right, and then like money started getting funny, like assets, money they pay folks, and then like one day we come in, they let like half the people go. Then they're like, well, we're gonna keep these people. So maybe 2 hours, everybody was gone. And it was just, but it's a bad situation for folks, because that was a retirement job for a lot of people in Hattiesburg. But they messed over the money. People didn't get retirement. People didn't get pensions. They didn't get none of that. And it was a bad situation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
folks wonder why we ain't clamoring to, work ourselves to the bone for no company.
See, JP don't know anything about that because he worked for the state. The state have deep pockets. They gonna pay you every first they gonna pay you.
No, sir. You know what's going on now, don't you?
What's
finna get passed now in the House? What our governor is finna get ready to propose. With these new teacher raises, right? The state is not funding it. It goes back to the local school district to keep up with the funding for the new teacher pay raises.
Yeah, the state funded for 1 year, then the school district had to pick up from that point on.
Right. So now more schools. So now more schools are going to have to put in more for the retirement. So now they're talking about more budget cuts because every school district now has to pay for retirement, pay for the new pay raises, and places that ain't getting no income, they finna take hits.
You know what I just heard? I just heard that, man, I'm gonna be buying a whole lot more popcorn. That's what I heard.
A lot more popcorn.
Oh, look, bro, how long these kids been in school? These kids been in school what, a month?
30 days.
Bro, we done had pictures. We done had fun. We finished with 2 fundraisers already.
30 days, and in the last 30 days, let me see. Yeah, in the last, I raised the school $520 last 30 days.
We hit our 9 weeks in a week and a half.
So if state going to that, of course they're gonna have to make budget cuts to keep up with the teaching stuff, but at the same time, that money got to come from somewhere.
Correct.
And so
that begging about to be at an all-time high.
Yep. But you look at the schools like the lower financial districts, the ones that don't have no tax base or tax revenue. Man, it's like I said, 5 or 6 years, 7 years from now, those kids are gonna struggle.
They're gonna
take that long.
Yeah, they're gonna have to merge schools. The best teachers. You gonna want to pay the best teachers, but eventually you ain't gonna be able to afford them, so you're gonna be putting in worse teachers. I mean, it's gonna be a trickle down effect.
It's not that they're gonna put in worse teachers; they're gonna put in new teachers. They're gonna retire the older. They're gonna retire the older teachers, and they're gonna get these brand new kids coming out of college, paying them pennies.
Yeah.
But they don't have to pay those ones with all those years experience. That's what they're gonna start doing.
But Terrence, you see it in school too. How many of those younger teachers are actually staying for the 30 years for retirement? These jokers
they change schools every year or every other year.
But they're going 4, 5, 6 years and they getting out the profession.
Yeah.
Completely
different. They driving trucks.
Yep.
They make more money driving truck.
Ricardo, driving truck.
And less stress.
Ricardo asked a question: is Mississippi going the route like Texas to ISD system?
What is ISD?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ricardo, what's ISD? Explain it to us, man. I don't know what it is.
Is it independent school district?
I think so. I think that's what it is.
Well, we already are independent school district.
Yeah, you have a lot of them like that.
I guess what he's talking about is a charter. No, we're not going to that charter frame, but a lot of states are, but we're not going to charter yet.
Yeah, we got a couple. I think 1 or 2 charter schools in the state. Well, at least in the central Mississippi. I don't know how many.
Yeah, it's only Jack.
But it's wild, man. We got to do something, man. We got to keep the education system afloat somehow because, I mean, people ain't stopped having babies. They may not be having as many, but babies are still coming. We can't just have people walking around not knowing nothing.
Exactly.
And so we gotta.
They ain't gonna know nothing. They gonna know TikTok dance.
No,
it's not that they're gonna stop the education system. What they're gonna start doing is just like other countries. We're the only country in the world that don't charge for education. Everywhere else, you have to pay for your education. And we're so blessed, or we're so spoiled, where we don't pay anything, but expect.
Are you saying that they pay taxes to support their school system, and then on top of that they pay tuition?
No, it's not.
Or is it funded purely? By tuition?
Third world countries really don't pay taxes like we pay taxes. It's more of you paying your tuition. You
Oh,
pay.
okay, yeah.
It's not that you can go to a public school, but a public school is horrible, is
Hmm.
horrific. But if you want your kid to get outside of that poverty, you have to pay for their schools. You have to pay for those schools in order for them to do that.
So this is gonna be a
Oh,
rabbit hole. Maybe we need to talk about this one day, but I will say that. But would you feel like that's buying your child great? Not necessarily education, but they're
Right.
great because so what now?
We do that now.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you, just like
I
that.
don't think it's buying. I think it's providing them with a better, in some cases, a better opportunity to experience more. Where if you are paying, everybody else is paying, you have the opportunity to have a better experience because you hopefully you have better things if you're paying.
I mean, that's true. I mean, typically that's the model of the private school. You know, everybody pay to have that tuition, to have to go to the school with the resources for education. But if you're paying for your child to go to something like a private school, and I'm not dissing private schools or nothing, you expect your child to learn.
Yep.
So if your child is not excelling or learning, do you feel like it's a waste of money?
It depends on the school. As in, if your child's not learning, you paying the money, snatch them out. I won't pay for it if you ain't progressing.
But see,
to the public school.
But see, that's the catch-22. Private school, you do not have to have a teacher license. You don't have to go through the same requirements or anything of that to teach. So all you have to do is just have a college degree.
Hey, you know how long you can teach in Huntsville with no teacher's license?
How long?
3 years.
5 years. They just increased it.
It's 3 years in Mississippi. You have
Oh,
3 years, and then once you get everything for that 3 year mark, then you'll be on a 5 year track.
Yeah, man. I don't see how you keep teachers. Like at one point, you know, you worry about the quality of the teachers and all that stuff. But I mean, with that type of system, I don't see how you keep just teachers in general.
They don't. That's why they bump it up to 5 years.
Yeah, that's what
They
trying to
give
get
them 5 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's teaching is a dying breed. You know,
I know.
there's very rare you see a few of them in the middle now. You don't see nobody. You don't hardly ever see people saying, I've been in 10, 9, whatever years. If they haven't made it past 14, a lot of them jokers getting out. And if they are like 5 or 6, a lot of them talking about getting out. I mean, it just.
Yeah.
I will
I can
say
see that, man.
One of the things that I was impressed about with my son's elementary teacher, I think she's been teaching 25 plus years. I was like, oh man, you know, she kind of stayed in and stuck it out. Like I was kind of impressed the fact that she's been teaching that long, had that type of experience. And so because a lot of the other teachers there, they look, like y'all said, they look fairly young. Like they ain't been teaching that young.
And when we took Carolyn to meet her teacher, 3rd grade, all the parents was like, hey, she has this youthful glow.
You put yourself on mute, Eric.
Trying to tell him, you better say something stupid. He said, nope, you better say something again.
Nah, my other earbud died. But we was like, man, she got such a youthful glow. Like, what is it? And like the rigors of life hadn't got to her yet. She's still young.
Life has not
That's
beat
what
it
it
down.
is. Feel like that's what it is. She looks so hopeful.
Oh, that's terrible.
Being all jolly, just like Cinderella, singing and birds coming to her.
Yep, that's how I felt.
Well, we're gonna have to do us an education week. Or not education week, education show. You know, that's good, man. We got a couple of educators on, a couple of educators that be watching and making comments, you know, kind of get everybody a chance to, you know, tell us what's really going on in education, especially in the South. You know, I think that'd be interesting to talk about what you can. I understand some of you guys work there, you can't talk about it. I get that point, but I can have an opinion because I don't work there.
I don't share my show. I don't share the show with people I work with, so I can be there. JP on the other hand, he got.
Hey, there you go.
But I do know some people
Hey.
kind of around that I don't know if they may be willing to come on, but I know some people who are on some different school boards and stuff like that, and maybe they'll be willing to come on and share some stories or just give us some insight of things going on across the state. So we'll see. In the meantime, we are getting ready as soon as we kind of finalize everything. This is gonna be something totally different for us. We hadn't done this at all. We are going to invite in a different group. The Apartment 4A is going to join a group called the Lit Chicks. They are a book reading club, and so we're going to get on one day and talk about reading books and how it affects African Americans if we read, men and women, what we read and how it affects us and everything. So as soon as we get all those details kind of ironed out, you'll see some pub and stuff like that. And if everything go right, maybe we can get the 6 of us to read a book. We'll see how that go.
Hey, Eric, I started reading, listening to the Superior Male or the Superior Leader. I said,
where the Superior Man?
Eric then touched in on something.
Oh yeah. Hey man, when you finish that one, man, the Outwitting the Devil is the next you need to read.
Oh, I read that before. That is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
See, look, we already on the road. Look at that.
Yeah, man. We dabble,
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody take some time to be with us, man. Especially on a Wednesday night. We went a little longer. Sorry about the extra 30 minutes. We kind of got into everything, but we appreciate y'all sticking it out. See you guys again. You had some
hey, Ricardo. Hey, listen. Email me them details. You put that on. Email me. Talk to me. Don't forget about me. Hey.
That's a whole nother retirement system, brother.
Yeah. That's in Dallas, man.
Hey,
that's
man,
a whole other retirement system.
Hey.
He said he ain't worried about retiring. He worried about right now.
I'll let your boy.
JP ain't going nowhere. He the man of the year over there, boy. They about to name a street after JP. They talking about building a Walmart in his honor.
Man of the year, key to the city. They got a street named after you down there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Public way.
I'm telling you.
The local brewery is naming the ale after you. JP. It's a seasonal. You can only get it in between
during football season.
Football season. That's great.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man, we appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all hanging with us and laughing and good times and the bad. So, like always, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Deuces.
Full circle.
So if we saying a man is somebody who takes responsibility for themselves and things around them, I mean, that's something that you should be from, the time you get something that's yours as a young boy. You should be making that transition. It's not a quick transition. I think it's a long transition because you're developing habits and learning skills and, getting feedback, learning about yourself. So I think it's kind of I don't say a lifelong process, but it's one that starts very young.